Another of the quartet of Canadians, Adam Hadwin, has joined us. Off to a solid start to the season. 3 top 10s, a couple of top 5s. Back here for your 4th Masters. Assess your game as it stands right now.
Yeah, I've been playing pretty well. Obviously, a little bit of some inconsistency this year from normal. The good has been really good. The bad, unfortunately, has been bad. But couple weeks off, rested, feeling pretty good. Had a nice 9 holes today with the fellow Canadians, and I love the way that this golf course sets up for me. You got to play golf shots. You can feed golf balls into hole locations and stuff. So I'm looking forward to a good week.
What about the golf course? I mean, if you look at what are the chances, what part of your game, I guess is what I'm saying, that you can really use to get yourself in the contention and on the leaderboard on Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, I think I always rely on my putter at the end of the day. That's kind of been the go-to savior for my game. The other thing I'm really looking forward to seeing this week is some of this added length that I've got in the off season. I think I'm close to 4 or 5 mile an hour ball speed faster than I was coming in here previous years. So, par 5s, holes like 5 and 11, maybe having a club less than normal, that should help.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that yesterday because this is a pretty big ballpark, really, when it comes down to it. And, like, that added length, especially like you said on the par 5s, is massive.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll kind of see how the tournament plays out. But, I mean, so far, 5, I think I've had, a mid-iron, 7, 8 iron or something instead of hitting 3 and 4 irons. So it's a big difference going into that green.
Yeah.
When you stand on the first tee on Thursday morning, how different do you feel compared to week in and week out on the PGA Tour, or basically any other tournament for that matter?
Yeah, I stood on a Tuesday morning this morning at 9:30 a.m. and had nerves. So you don't often have that. It's very rare to have the first tee lined with patrons at 9:30 in the morning, but it's very exciting. I mean, this is such a special place. Every time you play here, you feel like you've earned your spot here. You've done something right, and after having 3 years off now, I'm excited to be back.
When you talk about that swing speed, is this training? Is this technique? Is this equipment? Or didn't you tell Bob you're just swinging harder?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not going to discredit my trainer or anything. We did train. It was nice. We had an actual off season, right? I played once in 3 months, and we were able to go a little bit harder, maybe do some things that I wasn't able to do previous off seasons. But I'm sure that was part of it. The other part of it, yeah, I think there was some in the tank there that I just didn't use. Whether that was just being uncomfortable swinging, like part of it was getting over this uncomfortableness of swinging that hard. It was foreign. It was odd to me, but the longer I did it, the more I did it standing on the range, the ball kept going where I thought it would go. And so, the doubt started to leave that, hey, I can swing this hard and I can keep it in play.
I watched you actually at Riviera and just trying to smash it, trying to hit it almost up over that fence, and I had a pretty good time watching you just swinging away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so today's round, you got Corey, you got Nick, yourself, and Mike Weir. How much were you talking about the golf course, and how much were you lobbying Mike to get on the President's Cup team?
We tried not to make it too obvious.
You're so handsome, Mike, and you're playing so well.
I'm not gonna lie. There were definitely, the random thoughts running through your head of like, all right, well, let me make sure I pipe a couple out here, show them that I've added some length. Keep up with CC. If I can do that, maybe. We can start planting the seed, because I think back to Charlotte and that selection not being picked obviously stung, but I think part of it was that wasn't a strength of my game. I didn't have the length of a couple of the guys that were picked, and so yeah, maybe hey, just make sure you keep that in the back of your mind as we get closer here, that I have added a little bit of length.
What was the game today, and who won the dough?
Nick and I took on Corey and Mike. We did a little East versus West, and unfortunately, like most of our practice rounds, Nick and I came out on the losing end. But it was good. I mean, it was every hole was won with a birdie. Mike made a few nice putts there, so I think based on today, everybody's game was pretty good, to the good side of decent anyways.
We talked to Nick yesterday. He said that there's a little bit of firmness already in the greens. Did that continue on today? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. There were a couple iron shots in there that I felt were struck pretty solidly that took a nice healthy kick. I'm sure some of this moisture from this morning, the pitch shots were very difficult. You couldn't get a lot of spin off the fairway, and then they were kind of skidding that first bounce. So it's in a proper place right now. We'll see what Thursday throws at us, but yeah.
I think the most stunning off-course development in your life is the fact that your wife has become a social media sensation. Is it difficult living with a viral superstar?
It is. I'm not used to all of the attention not being on me. Like people used to cheer me on the golf course, and now I'm getting more, I love your wife's Twitter, more so than not. So I'm making sure it doesn't go to her head just yet. I got to bring her back down to reality every once in a while, but
we learn a lot about
fun.
you.
I know.
Like I didn't know you were so handy. You get a lot of pictures of you changing things and doing work around the house.
She posts that. Thankfully she doesn't follow up with the handyman that actually has to come in and fix my work because I usually make things worse. But no, she's as quick-witted as she comes across on it as Twitter, which is an unfortunate thing for me. But we have a good time.
We should actually have her on the panel this weekend while Adam's playing. Then we'll get some real insight.
Listen, then it'll really go to her head. She starts getting on live TV here. So
listen, we thank you so much for coming by. Great to have you back at the Masters, and best of luck all week.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoyed it.
Adam Hadwin.